My boys, quick little video. I'm working on a couple videos I want to get out, but before they're ready, I figured we may as well just rinse and get some nice, quick, educational content out for you guys. This video is going to be talking about fashion tips everyone should know. And the first tip I really want to start off with here is going to be stop washing your clothes. There's a bit of a clickbait title because what I really mean to say is stop washing your clothes as often. Because essentially, right, one thing I've come to realize in this whole fashion game is that the process of washing itself puts a lot of strain on the actual garments, right? So a lot of fashion niggas who be like super tapped into it, right? I'm not trying to say these guys be stinky, but you don't really have to be washing your clothes that often, guys. Washing itself will strain the dye, strain the construction of the garment, and just overall puts a lot of stress on the piece that just might affect the overall aesthetic and the longevity of it. Now, obviously, the quality of the actual clothes themselves will play into how well they hold up after washing, but just washing itself is something you should try to avoid if not necessary. And when I say this, right, jeans specifically are the biggest learning lesson that really tapped this into my brain, right? Jeans are so notorious for changing after repeated washing. So I'm gonna show you this real quick that I copped off Google Images. The pic below res, guys, I did try to find a higher res picture, guys, but come on, man. This shit was hard to do. Let your boy just give you this quick example here. Look at how faded these shits are, because I actually have a pair of Acne Studio jeans, which were jet black, super rich, nice black when I first initially had them, right? And I wasn't really too tapped into kind of being that conscious about my washing habits with them, right? So I just used to wash them pretty frequently, because you kind of assume, if you wear your clothes, you gotta wash them, right? Come on, I ain't a stinky boy. But what I definitely noticed is the constant wash really fucked up the dye. The jeans are like a light gray now, which has ruined the whole aesthetic because I want like a jet black kind of wash. And not to say it's necessarily a bad thing, because obviously it's just natural kind of thing that happens with denim. So not to say this is bad, but if it's not the look you're intending for and you're not wanting that natural wear and I guess you're not wanting to accelerate that wear and tear, right? Like let's keep it real. I do agree that, natural wear and tear and deconstruction and now what's the word I'm looking for? Just like the natural wear and tear, the whole vibe people be looking for. I do agree that is a nice kind of look. I do like clothes that have been worn in, but we ain't trying to get that worn in look 2 months in, we ain't trying to get that worn in look 2 months in. So I have to let you guys know, don't wash your clothes as often. Now this comes with a caveat. There's a bit of nuance with this, right? Because there are pieces of clothing that you should wash more frequently. The things that I think you should wash more regularly are going to be things like t-shirts, gym wear, underwear, pretty much anything that has close, intimate contact with your skin. Because essentially that's where you're going to pick up all the grime, all the dirt, all the, shedded skin and everything. So those need to be washed often. Let me say it again for you stinky boys. These need to be washed often. T-shirts, gym wear, anything that just gets hella sweaty or anything that is visibly soiled. Now, the things that you don't have to wash more regularly are going to be things like jeans, jackets, puffers. Pretty much the more outer layered the clothing is, the less frequent you need to wash it. So this really does depend how you layer your clothing. So for instance, right, if you're wearing like a hoodie and it's layered over, how should I explain this? If you're wearing like a hoodie and it's layered over, let's say like a crew neck jumper or some shit, the hoodie don't need to be washed that frequently because, it's layered, bro. It's the outer layers don't have to be washed out regularly. Now, the second tip I really need to put you guys on, and this is Brian going into his philosophical rants, bro. You guys know this couldn't be a Brian video without me yapping about some spiritual type shit, right? You need routine wardrobe refreshes, guys. You will change as a person. Look at these examples I got here. Guys, are you guys loving the anime references I'll be putting in my videos, guys? Because I'm going to keep doing it because I love old school, early 2000s anime, bro. Early 90s anime is like, come on, man. This new generation have no idea what you guys been missing. But anyway, you will change as a person. So you have to make sure your wardrobe reflects that, guys. Because it comes a point where if you're not constantly up to date with your actual style expression, right? So let's say, for instance, your internal style, your internal taste, your internal character has changed, but your wardrobe doesn't reflect that. You kind of come into this weird dissonance happens where you sort of feel awkward and not as confident in your wardrobe because it's not reflecting who you actually are. And to be fair, I do understand there are seasons in life where maybe your biggest focus ain't fashion. So maybe you might be more tapped into like gym, tapped into school, tapped into your finances. So I do understand, I get it. We're all in the grind. Life just happens. So I'm not saying you have to prioritize this above everything else, but you do have to have this in your psyche that, hey, this is important, that I make sure I reflect my wardrobe, or I make sure my wardrobe reflects my actual current taste. So it's perfectly normal for your passion and interest in fashion and style to wax and wane with. Come on, man. Guys, I should be like a lecturer, bro. But you will start to feel your identity misaligned if you're not actually updating your wardrobe as you live. So this happened to me, right? In a sense where I'd be talking about fashion, I'd be talking about style, but I haven't really been buying clothes that often because I've been kind of more tapped into more experiences, I guess. I've been spending my money on experiences, my bills, my mortgages, everything like that. So my wardrobe has kind of stayed static, more or less. And you guys can kind of see this in the channel. Like I haven't been doing that many hauls. Plus also I do feel I'm not in the stage of my life where fashion is that important for me to be consuming and, buying a lot. I'm probably more in my observant stage right now. So I'm trying to find out what do I actually like. But I have noticed my style and fashion and sense of taste has changed so much that there was a point in time earlier this year when I'd be putting on my clothes and I just wasn't feeling like that guy anymore, Like I'd be putting on this t-shirt, putting on this weird cut of like fucking pants, and I'm just thinking like, this ain't me, bro. Like this is not me, And it sucks when you're having that because your self-esteem starts to get affected. You ain't really walking the same, talking the same, like holding yourself in that same type of energy. I'm telling you guys, like it really does affect you day to day because think about it. The clothes you put on day to day actually affect your fucking energy, man. So if the clothes you're putting on day to day awkwardly fit you, brands you don't associate with anymore or fuck with like that anymore, colors you don't really be liking anymore, like day to day, your energy is being fucking, you're low vibration the whole day, bro. So how do we do this? Like, how do we actually make sure our style reflects our internal fucking personality and our internal taste without derailing the most important chase we have as men? That being success. Come on, guys. We have to put in some fucking real shit in here, guys. You need to shop with intention, guys. That's how you make sure you actually get the most bang for your buck with your purchases. So honestly, guys, fuck all the flashy statement pieces, right? Fuck all of that hype shit. Just sit down and analyze the situations you actually find yourself in most often, the lifestyle you live, and buy clothing for those situations. That's how you can maximize the most out of the actual money you spend without having to go back into the whole materialistic and consumerist type of behavior, right? Just look at what you actually do. If you're constantly in like a work environment, more formal environment, don't be out there buying fucking durags and baggy jeans, bro. Invest in some nice trousers, some nice button-ups, some nice polos, some nice fucking dress shoes. Like that is how you get the most out of your fucking money, guys. Because you actually end up wearing your clothes more often. And then that's when you get the benefit of clothing because now you're actually wearing those clothes more often. You get this amazing energy shift in your actual regular day to day. Like it's just amazing. It's crazy to say. I have an example, right? If you guys look at my latest haul, I copped like some sweats, some basic tees, all that type of shit. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy, but I actually stay wearing that shit all the time. Look, I'm wearing it right now. So it's like, even though they ain't flashy, they ain't crazy type of pieces, I actually wear them in my day-to-day life. And it makes me feel amazing because each time I put this on, I'm just so happy with the way the fabric folds. I'm so happy with the way it fits me. I'm so happy with the colors and everything. And I actually get good use out of it because it's not a flashy piece I'm gonna put on once a month. You have to shop with intention, guys. Make sure the clothes you buy actually fits your lifestyle, guys. And I know we want to be, hype beasts and we want to fucking, flex out for the huzz and everything, but it just ain't worth it, guys. It just ain't worth it. You get to an age where you start to realize, bro, this fashion shit should really be for me, Sure, okay, sometimes you want to come out there and put on some, crazy shit just to show you that guy, right? I get that. But honestly, I'm going to say 80-20. 80% of your purchases should be functional and practical. 20% you can wow out. Take it from Brian. I allow you. 20% of your purchases, you can wow out. But 80% you need to be fucking functional and practical, guys. What did I say here? If you're financially secure or fiending for one certain piece, I'm not saying not to do it. I'm the last person to say some shit like that, but always think to yourself, how many times am I going to be able to wear this? So that pretty much just sums up the tips I wanted to show you guys. The first one's finna be, stop washing your clothes as often. Your wardrobe will change as a person, so make sure you will change as a person, so make sure your wardrobe does as well. and shop with intention. Guys, I love these random fucking freestyle videos, guys. I will be getting some more videos out for the week, so I guess I'm gonna see you guys later.